Many twin flames seek union, but sometimes separation can be better than union. When you're not ready for a union, being together with your twin flame can cause more harm and suffering than love. And it is destructive not only to you and your twin flame, but also the people around you. If you are feeling impatient with your twin flame, watch this video as I share why separation can be good for you and how you can be more at peace with separation. Hi, I'm Yong Kang. I help people calm their mind and awaken their spirit. Currently, my twin flame and I are living in two different countries. I live in Asia, my twin flame lives in Europe. I understand how challenging and confusing this separation phase can be for twin flames. In our minds, we all want union and love, but you have to understand that the exact way to get to union may not be what your mind has envisioned. Always trust that the divine has a perfect plan laid out for you, and separation may be just a part of the journey that we have to experience. For example, in my case, I'm the so-called divine feminine, but I'm the one who actually triggers the separation. In the beginning stage, I attended my twin flames group and met my twin flame almost weekly. Then my intuition felt the energy of the group shifted, especially when he talks about his purpose. Something felt really off to me and I don't know why, but I stopped going to his community. Initially, I don't know why my intuition wanted me to go another way or another path. I just followed my intuition. But now in hindsight, I know that this period of detachment helped both my twin flame and I to let go of this emotional attachment we have for each other. I realized I was getting too attached to my twin flame. My intuition is guiding me away from the 3D attachment and getting me more connected to my spiritual self. Letting go of this egoic attachment is crucial to uncover the true unconditioned love that twin flame experience. From the way I see it, the most ideal and the most wished for is the harmonious 3D union. Most of us wanted to attain this 3D union with our twin flame. It is when both twin flames can let go of their ego. Their ego is no longer getting in their way, and they are not yearning and longing for each other to satisfy their needs. They are just enjoying each other's presence. But this is not easy to reach because all of us have ego, and sometimes our ego gets in the way. The next best stage is actually separation and doing inner work individually. This is better than being together, but in a destructive way. For the next 3 years, after I break away from my divine masculines community, I did return to the group on-off. It wasn't a clean separation, but whenever I go back to the group, the feeling is kind of mixed. Sometimes we really get very harmoniously together, but sometimes our ego butt hits. We are so fixated on our own view and we get at each other's throat. I seldom argue with people, but with my twin flame, we just trigger each other very easily. We have different views on things, especially when it comes to masculine and feminine perspective and energy. I kind of step onto his belief system and we started arguing with each other. And it was so destructive, not only to us, but to those people listening to us fighting. Someone actually have to step in from the group and say, hey, can you stop arguing with each other? It feels like my parents are arguing and fighting with each other. It was that day that I started thinking, I really don't want to argue with my twin flame. So I left the group completely and never returned. I know that building this community of his is his purpose, and the people in the community is more prone to listen to his masculine perspective than my feminine perspective. I know that my crazy intuitive perspective is not going to make much sense to them. So I decided to focus more on my own purpose and started this YouTube channel where I can express my intuitive views more freely. Also, I know that my own selfish egoic reason for attending those gatherings is to see my twin flame. I know that I will have less chance of meeting him even if I initiate a one-to-one meeting with him, because he was always busy and not very open to meeting me one-to-one. And eventually he went back to his hometown and lived in another country. And as of now, we haven't seen or spoken to each other for almost a year. There is just random texts here and there. I know that this 3D separation from the twin flame can be very painful. You feel this deep, profound connection with someone, but yet you have to be physically apart from each other. You may feel powerless to control the situation. You cannot control your twin flame's action and behavior. And it feels much better to hate and resent them, because hating them for not satisfying your need feels better than feeling powerless. But being separated and hating each other is equally as bad as being together in a destructive way. Whenever you're resenting your twin flame, you're not connecting with this unconditional love that binds you and your twin flame together. Each twin flame has its own individual mission. If you and your twin flame are able to let go of your ego and work in harmony and come together for a greater shared mission, then the next best alternative is to focus on your individual mission instead. Focus on yourself and work on yourself. When you put too much attention on another person, you lose your own direction and purpose. Separation is a great opportunity to get in touch with your purpose and learn how you can satisfy your own needs. Previously, I depended a lot on my twin flame to be grounded. But now that he is not here with me, I have to learn how to be more grounded myself. I can't always rely on him and his masculine energy. I have to tap into my own masculine energy and stay focused and protect myself. And he also has to learn how to be more nurturing to himself and tap into his own feminine energy. So don't aim for 3D union. Focus on the 5D connection, which you can also achieve by being connected with your soul. You and your twin flame will naturally come together and create something beautiful and wonderful if both of you learn how to work with each other in this 3D world. And you can do that by first learning how to work with your own masculine and feminine energy. You also do that by being in touch with your own unconditional love that you are first. And when you are in touch with this unconditional love, there is no attachment, there is no possession, there is only freedom and no bondage in the relationship. Your twin flame is allowed to leave if they don't wish to be in a relationship with you. Imagine how wonderful it is when both parties chooses to be in union, instead of just one person constantly yearning for a connection and forcing the other party who isn't ready to be in a relationship with you. It's only when both parties are free to be who they are where they feel satisfied to be in the relationship. If you find it difficult to detach from twin flame, watch this next video over here.